In this episode, we are at Emily Provincial Park in the Kawarthas. We're going to be biking, hiking, and kayaking. We're going to see what this park has to offer.
We're also going to explore outside of the park. We're going to be checking out the Trans-Canada Trail and a double trestle bridge that's on that trail. We're also going to be going to Peterborough and checking out the lift lock there and what else the town has to offer. So come along, camping with the Coles.
We are Cheryl and Ben Coles.
We've been camping together for over 35 years.
A few years ago, we started doing video reviews of Ontario provincial parks to help people when researching places to visit.
We are now in season 4 of our park reviews.
We hope this helps you when deciding where to have your next camping adventure.
Thanks for coming along, Camping with the Coles.
Yeah, we only get one life, I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Hello, how are you? Whoop, everything's on the top there.
When you get to the gatehouse, if you turn left, there's a water fill only station there. And if you turn right, you go to the dump station. There's 2 dump spots. Neither hose is threaded. And you continue past that. And there's 2 water fill stations here. Both are threaded. What I really like about this is that you don't have to wait for the people dumping when you're just coming to fill up. They're completely separate stations. If you dump and want to leave, you can. You don't have to pass the water fill up. And you can bypass the dump station to get to the water fill up. So that's really nice.
Emily Provincial Park is located near Peterborough in the heart of the Kawartha Lakes region. It is on the shore of the Pigeon Lake, which is part of the Trent Severn Waterway. Time to check out the park. There are 4 campgrounds for a total of 166 electric and 128 non-electric sites. Circle Campground has 97 electric and 34 non-electric sites. Hilltop Campground has 20 electric and 0 non-electric sites. Hill Campground has 49 electric and 39 non-electric sites. Cedars Campground has 0 electric and 55 non-electric sites. Sites 1 to 36 are radio-free.
There's 3 comfort stations. 1 in Hill Campground, 1 in Circle Campground, and 1 in the day use area. There's 2 beaches. This is Campers Beach, and then there's the day use beach. It's currently the beginning of June 2022. The day use beach is closed due to high bacteria levels. Hopefully it opens up later on in the season. This is also the pet exercise area. Dogs have to be on leash. There's 1 boat launch with 6 docks. If you've got your power boat, you can leave them here, and it's right next to Campers Beach. This is the boat launch in the day use area. A lot of people bring their motorboats here. There's some great fishing in this lake. It's Pigeon Lake. They fish for muskie, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, pickerel, perch, bluegill, and crappie. The camp store is in the day use area. They have rentals of canoes, kayaks, and stand-up paddleboards.
Our canoe rentals are from Wednesday to Sunday. They open, I believe, at 10. Last call at 2. $20 for 2 hours and $35 for 4 hours. We have 2 group campsites, number 1 and number 2. They are both radio-free. Each site has vault toilets, male and female separated. There's a water tap at each site, and they're both walk-in. And they're beside the highway, so you can probably hear the cars go by. They both have a fire pit and picnic tables. Presently, the picnic tables are over there, but that's, I presume, because they're cutting the grass.
There's an amphitheater. It's kind of a bring your own lawn chair type of deal. It's pretty small. There is no parking for it, but it's easy walking distance from most campgrounds.
And there's a new playground in Circle Campground. There are 2 trails. the Fern Trail, which is 500 meters, and the Marsh Trail, which is 1.3 kilometers. But unfortunately, due to damage to the boardwalk, it is closed, and the Marsh Trail is cut down to maybe 500 meters. They're both rated easy.
This park has excellent signage. You can't get lost. Look at all these signs going right down the street.
And for those that are directionally challenged, they're perfect for me. This is a single scoop. This is Algonquin canoe on the top, and this is chocolate brownie on the bottom.
And this is butterscotch ripple. And look at the big chunk of butterscotch there.
Yes.
These are $4
Each.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care.
How was that, Cheryl?
I barely lost sight of the comfort station the whole walk through. I made it.
The park itself doesn't offer a lot of hiking trails, but just 1.8 kilometers from the entrance to the park is the Emily Tract. It's a 2-kilometer hiking trail consisting of 2 1-kilometer loops. It's for all types of activities, including horseback riding.
No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fireflies and winters on our skates. One big smile across my face. We used to dance our way to church on Sundays. Mama set the pace. Daydreamer, kitten and maid. Take me back, all the way back to them days.
Here we are, Sunday morning, going for a little paddle, checking out Pigeon Lake.
Running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
know what this is here?
Goose and duck hunt.
Yeah, it's a duck blind. I'd say the Pigeon River is excellent for paddling in a canoe or a kayak. I don't think I'd want to bring the paddleboard out here. It's generally pretty shallow and very weedy. If you fall in, it'd be pretty gross landing in all the weeds. I think we're going to leave it in the truck for this trip, and this is a nice kayaking lake. I suspect it's really good for fishing. It has a lot of good structure and weeds, and as we're traveling through, I'm seeing a lot of small fish. I actually had a fish, I don't know how big it was. I was looking over at Cheryl and it jumped just a couple feet from the kayak. It scared the crap out of me, but I didn't see what it was. Just the way it jumped, I'm assuming it's a bass of some sort.
Time for Cheryl's Lure Review.
I'm presently in Circle Campground at the Vault Toilet. They're all pretty much similar, but I like this one the best because it actually has lights. They have a sink, running water, soap, trash can, and there's even lights in the toilets itself, which they don't normally have, and it is a pit toilet, which means there's no plumbing and it doesn't flush. So the various Vault toilets throughout the park, I like these ones the best. The ones at the beach area just had sanitizer on the outside, and they didn't have any lights or running water. One of the other campgrounds, it did have running water, but no soap, I don't think, and no lights as well. And there was no noticeable smell in any of the Vault toilets. I'm going to give this a flapper.
About 3 kilometers south of the park is the Trans-Canada Trail, and you can follow that to Dobbs Trestle Bridge, which is about 3 kilometers from the road. All easily biked from the park. Look at this, bike repair station, bicycle pump, and a whole bunch of tools right at the beginning or the end of Dobbs Bridge. This is Dobbs Trestle Bridge. I have no idea if I'm saying that name correctly. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Okay, we're gonna go with Dobbs. You guys can correct me, I'm sure I'm wrong. It's 1,500 feet long. It was originally a fully wooden bridge. It's a very nice view from here. This right here is the Peterborough Lift Lock. This is the highest lift lock in the entire world at 19.8 meters. This part you see sticking out right here, at the top, it's full of water. And that's the river height up there. So a boat goes, drives into there, and then this whole thing comes all the way down to this level. This is the piston right here that the lift lock goes up and down on. Imagine how strong that is. Just imagine how much weight there is in that water up there. And the lift lock leaks. You got water coming down it the whole time. Well, they did start building it in 1904 and it took 8 years to build, so it's over 100 years old. I guess it can leak a little bit.
These are manual locks here. So this lock here, the lock behind us, and the 5 locks on the other side of the They play our game here.
Well, it's that time again for Cole's Notes of Emily Provincial Park. So what were your thoughts on this park?
I think this is a nice park. It seems to be very much a family park.
Yeah, there was a lot of younger kids and older couples, I think, in this one.
Yeah, it was kind of the two extremes. Down by the playground, it was really busy with kids. By the beach, the campers' beach was busy with kids. And that was very nice.
And there was a good presence of park staff at this park, I found. Maintenance workers and park warden, which was lacking in some of the other parks we were at.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them around. Always waving.
Yeah, they're very friendly. The sites are nice. Like ours is quite large, mostly grass, and it was cut nice before we came. It reminds me a bit of Wheatley, kind of almost like a backyard.
Yeah.
But there, 3 sides, trees and bushes, and the front is facing the road, so
yeah,
they're good size.
We've gone all around, and there's a lot of big sites here. Now, this site actually isn't the greatest site because it's really sloped, so we had a little bit of trouble putting the trailer in. Site 303. Yeah, Site 303. We had a little trouble putting the trailer in just because the side-to-side leveling was difficult, but we used our Camco wheel chocks, and we were able to lift up the driver's side of the trailer enough so that we could get it level, and the tongue jack is lifted up as high as it can possibly go, and it worked out to be level at that spot.
So there wasn't a whole lot to do in the park. I mean, we biked through the whole park, which was a nice park. The trails were lacking in that department. They were more like a couple pathways than trails. So if you want to hike, you might have to leave the park, which we did, and we went to Emily Tract, which is just around the block. We did the 2-kilometer loop.
Yeah. And then we also went to the Trans-Canada Trail.
Yes.
And as you saw, went to and saw that trestle bridge, and that was just beautiful there.
We originally biked down the highway to get to it and then biked the trail, but I wouldn't recommend biking the highway because, it's not safe.
Yeah, going down the highway, you get cars passing you at 90, 100 kilometers
they're doing
per
a good
hour.
clip. So the second time we drove the truck and put the bikes in the truck and then biked the path when we got there.
There's a couple spots on the side of the road for parking, not a lot of parking, and you're just parking at the side of the road, but there are a few spots.
It's like, 2 minutes down the road?
Yeah, it's not far at all.
Yeah. Beaches.
The day-use beach is closed due to high bacterial levels.
Yes.
And
that's the dog beach as well.
Yes, and the campers beach is not closed, but there's a sign saying that they haven't tested the water. So because it's just a couple hundred yards away from the day use beach, I suspect it's probably high bacteria levels there too. But we did see people swimming in the water there.
And lastly, the kayaking in the park. Kayaking and canoe rentals.
And paddle boards.
Yeah, but paddleboard, there's a lot of weeds in the water. It probably wouldn't be worth spending your money on a paddleboard. And for the pros of the park, signage is very good in this park. Everything's well labeled. You can see it from a distance. Every lane, where the washrooms are, everything is well labeled, even for us directionally challenged people.
Yeah, even you can't get lost in
Yeah.
this park.
So that's a big plus. And the other thing was the dump station. It was like an airplane runway, which I think
Yeah.
all parks should.
Really
have
liked, yeah.
And they have the bypass lane, so you don't have to get stuck behind people dumping if you need to pass through to get fresh water.
We actually met a lot of people, a lot of our viewers at this park. And from talking to them, it sounds like the dump station is a fairly new thing. So they've
I think
fixed
a lot
it
of
up
the
a lot.
upgrades have been done in the last few years.
So for a rating, what do you think?
Overall, I think around 7.
Yeah, I think a 7 too. There's definitely parks better than this. There's definitely parks worse than this.
It's just a nice little park.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's nothing really to complain about.
it's not bad at all. And like I said, it kind of reminded you of Wheatley.
A little bit. Well,
Kind of reminds you a little bit of Earl Rowe too.
yeah.
But we had a good time. So if you want to come to Emily, come to Emily. It's not a bad place to come to.
Worth checking out.
Yeah.
So, where are we heading to next week?
Next week, we're going to Selkirk Provincial Park on Lake Erie.
Erie down south.
We'll see how the bugs are there.
Yeah, there's a few mosquitoes here on this trip.
Not too bad. It was
too bad,
really
off
on the
and on.
Emily tract when we were doing the hike in the
Yeah,
bush there.
yeah,
A
that was
lot of
worse.
mosquitoes.
Don't forget your bug spray.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, so we'll see you at Selkirk. Until then, happy camping.
bye.